It is Saturday, April 21st, 4:17 a.m. I'm headed to work. It actually took me a little bit longer to get ready this morning because I thought I was going to drive originally. Me and Tay are going to go to the gym after work. So I thought, well, I'll drive to work. I can work a little bit longer and then get to the gym after. I decided I'd rather still just walk. So I had to prepare yesterday. Sometimes people ask me, why would you go into work on Saturday? Actually, what am I doing at work? Sometimes people ask me why I would go into work on Saturday. Maybe I wouldn't always recommend it, but the, the goal is to get as skilled as possible, as good as possible. And if and as you get more skilled, as you become more valuable, people will pay you more. I like to say people instead of your job will pay you more. Unfortunately, jobs don't always value, they don't always correctly value you as an employee. But everyone I've ever known, whenever they change jobs, whenever they get a new job, they get they get a raise. Sometimes amazing raises. So as you raise your skills, if this job doesn't pay you more, the next job will. And I think that that's a big key. So I like to come in on Saturday because I'm trying to become more valuable. I'm trying to add more items to my resume. Trying to get more skilled. Right now I'm doing mobile development. So I've worked on iOS projects, Android projects, and even Ionic. But I want to make sure that I have more projects under my belt. It's 4:54. I just got outside of my work. I'm in the parking lot right now. I'm about to head in. I wanted to kind of expand on what I was talking about just a little bit earlier, related to working and related to treating work like school. So there's this book that I really like called So Good They Can't Ignore You by Cal Newport. It talks about a lot of different things, but that's basically the focus. The focus is about how to get really, really good. It's about thinking of yourself as a craftsman, thinking of your job as a craft, and trying to become a craftsman. And if you're trying to do that, again, the goal is to become really, really good. So a lot of people will pay, thousands of dollars, maybe even $100,000 or more to go to college. And their goal, I guess, their plan is to get that piece of paper, and then they think they're done. Actually, I was taught at the college level for 7 years. And so I've seen this a little bit, or maybe a lot, in at least some of my students. Getting the piece of paper might get your foot in the door, but it doesn't really help you unless you have really good skills. So if you're gonna pay for college, your goal there is to get as good as possible, as fast as possible, and keep expanding. But people lose that. It seems like a lot of people lose that once they get a real job. And they're focused on what their job is giving them, money, basically. They're focused on doing as minimal work. I don't know if I want to say that. Maybe some people are like this, but they're focused on doing a minimal or average job for the most amount of pay they can get. And you're just going to do that for 20 years, 40 years, something like that. I think it's better. So what I do is I treat work like an extension of school, right? When you go to school, you're paying $100,000, whatever, $50,000, $100,000, and you do these assignments, and then you have your teacher or your boss giving you feedback on those assignments. And you should take that feedback and actually change and actually try to improve yourself. Then actually, even some people don't like the idea of unpaid internships. They think, well, I'm doing the work, I should get paid. And that might be true, but what you're really getting paid in, your currency that you're getting paid in is experience. And that's the thing that's actually going to make all the difference. So I might say something like, your job, like think about your job as paying you to go to school. I mean that as just the reverse concept of university. You go to university and you pay to do all of these assignments. You're paying them money, right? But when you get a career, focus on becoming really good, but don't just focus on how much money you get paid. Focus on the experience that you're getting. I think that that's really important. So that's kind of what I mean, right? So I think it's, when I was in school, I went to work on the weekends all the time, or I went into school on the weekends all the time. So to me, it makes a lot of sense, at least right now, to work hard, to make sure I have the correct skills, try to become more valuable, try to become really, really good, learn as much as I can, and like I said, I'm getting paid for it the entire time. So I think that's a better way to look at it. 9:51. I just got out of work, so it was almost 5 hours. We're headed to the gym. We're gonna do, what's the name of the class? PIT. Performance interval training. It's 11:49. Took that PIT class. It was pretty rough. Probably like the most difficult class I've ever taken. If I keep doing it, I'll really lose weight, so I'm gonna try to do that every Saturday. So that's good. We still have to walk home, so that's another 40 minutes. It's 12:57. We just got home from our walk. We stopped by 7-Eleven to get a few snacks. Like I had a little hot dog. Well, I guess it was a big hot dog because I was hungry, and I had a Diet Coke. Tay had a Twix ice cream bar. Then we kept walking home. She's gonna be cooking our lunch. We're gonna have some homemade hamburgers. And then I have to upload yesterday's video. I have to edit and upload yesterday's video, and then I'm going to double check our budget, make sure that everything in YNAB is synced with everything in our banks. I just want to make sure. I do that a couple of times a week, and I try as best as I can when I buy stuff to put stuff in the YNAB app. Yep, so I'm gonna get that going. I'm sure I'll show you the hamburgers a little bit later. Anyway, I'll see you then.